My fiancé announced. The words hit me like a fist to the chest, sharp and bruising. I've added my ex to the wedding list. If you really care, you'll understand. Sarah's voice was steady. Her hazel eyes locked on mine across the kitchen table, but her fingers twitched around her coffee mug, betraying the calm she wore like a mask. The morning light slanted through the blinds, painting stripes across her face, and the air smelled faintly of burnt toast, a breakfast we'd abandoned when she dropped her bombshell. My pulse thundered in my ears, drowning out the hum of the refrigerator. Why him? Why now? I forced a smile, the kind that felt like chewing glass. Okay, I said, my voice a stranger's, hollow and tight. Can you explain why? My mind was already racing, replaying the last 6 months, her late nights at work, the phone calls she took in the other room, the way she'd started locking her phone. Small things, easily dismissed as wedding stress. Or so I told myself. Sarah sighed, tucking a strand of dark hair behind her ear. It's not a big deal, Ethan. Jake's been reaching out. He's in a rough place, and I feel bad for him. He was part of my life for years. It's just closure. Her words were soft, almost reasonable, but they landed like sparks on dry grass. Closure? 2 months before our wedding? I stared at the table, at the faint ring stains from countless mornings together, and felt the ground shift beneath me. Closure. I repeated, testing the word. It tasted like ash. You think inviting your ex to our wedding is closure? My voice cracked, and I hated it. Hated how small it made me sound. Sarah's face softened, but there was something else in her eyes, a flicker of guilt or defiance, too quick to pin down. He's not a threat, she said, leaning forward, her hand reaching for mine. I pulled back just an inch, but it felt like a chasm opened between us. Ethan, you're overthinking this. It's one guest. He'll sit in the back, clap politely, and leave. I'm marrying you. Her tone was pleading now, but it only tightened the knot in my stomach. Why did she need him there at all? The next few days were a haze of forced normalcy. I smiled through wedding planner meetings, nodded at floral arrangements, and laughed at her jokes, but every quiet moment was a battlefield. My mind churned with questions. Had she been talking to Jake all along? Was closure code for something else? I found myself checking her phone when she showered, my hands shaking as I scrolled through her messages. Nothing obvious, no late-night confessions, no damning photos. Just a few texts from Jake, polite but persistent. Can we talk? I miss you. My heart sank each time I saw his name, but I couldn't confront her. Not yet. I needed proof, not paranoia. The rehearsal dinner was where it unraveled. The restaurant buzzed with clinking glasses and warm laughter. Fairy lights strung across the ceiling like stars. Sarah looked radiant, her smile bright as she toasted our future. But then I saw it. Her glance toward the door, a quick, nervous dart in her eyes. I followed her gaze, and there he was, Jake, leaning against a frame, his presence like a shadow creeping into the light. He wasn't supposed to be here. Not tonight. Sarah, I whispered, my voice low as I pulled her aside. Why is he here? The room felt too small, the air too thick. Her face paled and she stammered, I didn't invite him. He just showed up. But her eyes wouldn't meet mine, and the lie hung heavy between us. I stepped outside, the cool night air biting my skin. Jake followed, his footsteps deliberate. Ethan, man, I don't want trouble, he said, hands raised, his voice smooth as whiskey. Sarah asked me to come. Said she needed to see me one last time. My stomach dropped. One last time? The words echoed, each one a blade. Back inside, Sarah was waiting, her eyes red-rimmed. I didn't mean for this, she whispered, her voice breaking. I thought I could handle it. Handle him. I love you, Ethan, but I needed to know I was over him. Her confession was a punch I hadn't braced for. She hadn't cheated, not physically, but the betrayal cut deeper. She'd been testing her heart, weighing me against him, and I'd been blind to it all. I stood there, the laughter of our guests fading into a dull roar. You invited him to our wedding, I said, my voice steady now, cold. You let him back into your life, into our life. Sarah reached for me, but I stepped back, the distance between us final. I can't marry someone who's still choosing. The night ended with me walking away, the ring heavy in my pocket, her sobs echoing behind me. Jake's shadow lingered in my mind, not as a villain, but as a mirror, showing me the truth I'd refused to see. Sarah loved me, but not enough to let him go. And I loved her, but not enough to share her heart.